favorite scary movie?
He's alive!
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Here's Johnny!
Come on, Mommy. They're here.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk here.
I see dead people.
But sometimes death is better.
To avoid fainting, keep repeating. It's only. Take as much as you can.
We've got to return some videotapes.
Welcome back, my horror fanatics, to the Playbook of Horrors. I am your co-host, Adam, sitting with my buddy, Kev.
What's up?
And my other buddy, Jake.
What's happening, sir?
My horror friends, we are back for another episode of Playbook of Horrors, and we've got much to talk about here because obviously it is getting closer and closer to the Halloween season.
Some leaves are slowly starting to fall.
Yes.
I'm feeling it. I can feel it in the air. It's still hot here, but at night there's a crispness that I can feel the spooky coming.
I keep looking at the weather going like, son of a bitch, it's got to get to fall sometime, please. And I see that it is in the future. It is going to start to get a little cooler here, a little oranger and reds and things that I love about the fall.
Yeah.
And it's happening soon, but there have been some horror things, some horrorness that has been happening in our lives that we absolutely have to talk about. And I think it's prevalent to talk about the very first thing, the most recent thing that we have had a chance to experience. Kevin and I were in Orlando.
Yeah,
what do you do when you're in Orlando? Near the theme parks and fun times that are horror related? You go to frickin' Halloween Horror Nights, baby, at Universal Studios.
Yes, sir.
And for a guy like Kevin, he is a seasoned veteran who goes...
I think I've gone like 9 straight years, something like that.
Yeah. The guy's a machine when it comes to...
Frank the Tank.
Yeah.
Can't be
Yes.
When it comes to the horror haunts and mazes that Universal has to offer, which is... top of the line, cream of the crop when it comes to the production value. I definitely went to one in California. We were still in college or post-college.
Back in the day.
Back in my day, yeah. So it had to be like 03 or 04.
Fastest man alive, they say.
Something like that we went. And it was
that
really
your last
fun.
one?
That
0304?
That's the only time that the one and only that I ever went.
Let's go.
And it was the California one. And I remember, I know Jason was there, and I think some Texas Chainsawnists, and I want to say maybe House of a Thousand Corpses was one of the mazes. But going to this most recent one was an experience that is pretty incomparable to that experience, because there are 10 total mazes that you get to experience, as far as like whether it's, and I think they split it pretty evenly, 5 intellectual properties and then 5 original, nothing to compare it to type stories and elements. And then they also have scare zones, which are also very cool and original. They've got shows. This was the other thing that was awesome, was they had food carts or food stalls, I guess, that are all related to either something horror maze related or just horror related, that had food and drink. It was just a absolute blast of a time.
It was stupid fun. It was fun too because the our buddy Colin Krawchuk, which if you watched the interview we did with him, we posted it last week. Hope you enjoyed it.
Great interview.
But he joined us, and we went with him, so it was a kind of a fun experience and he works at Universal, so we got a little bit of behind the scenes of how it all works and everything. So it was a lot of fun. But yeah, it was a great night, and it did start raining, but
Perfect, though.
It was the most hardcore downpour I think I've ever seen. And then we got forced into the shop, and we're like, "What do we do?" Because it's supposed to rain for like another hour.
Yeah.
And then I'm standing there, and there's this guy. This guy has a box of ponchos sitting on like the counter, and I was like, "I'll take 4." He's like, "That'll be $60." And I was like, "Whoa!" All right, take my $60. I don't want a receipt. I don't remember this. And
Give me that oversized plastic.
Yeah. And then we put them on, and we continued the night. But it was a lot of fun. And we got a couple clips to show you. So why don't we play it? What do you think?
Please, yes.
Do it.
Yeah, here are the scare zones, and
Right.
the first page. This was the Five Nights at Freddy's, which was super fun. I haven't
Yeah,
seen
the
it yet,
animatronics were really very impressive.
but yeah. So the scare zones were a lot of fun. And
Yeah, this was like an ooze poison scare zone. There's Jason, of course. They had like a club scare zone, dance.
Nice.
But there's always like actors walking around in the street, jumping up in front of people. They had the chainsaws and stuff like that, and super, super fun time. And it was really just incomparable. And I gotta say, I would think that the original ones, for me, from my experience, those were really freaking cool. Those ones, and I think it's because there's a level of expectation when you go through the ones that are intellectual properties, because there was Jason,
Five Nights at Freddy's.
There was a WWE wrestler one.
Yeah.
God.
The Terrifier.
Terrifier and Fallout.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, which Fallout was really interesting because I mean, there are some certainly action and horror elements to that, but not necessarily like scares or anything like that. So I was really intrigued to go through that one.
It was cool because then I had such a good time with Adam and Colin and my wife Josie. We all went that my son has been working on my wife for about 2 years to want to go and experience it. He's 10. So this year he finally wore her down, dude. And my wife let me take, it was just him and me. And we went to the parks the day before we left our vacation. And I'm proud to report that I made a little psycho just like me, little weirdo that loves horror. And I was scared to death because we went into the first store. I was like, the first house, and I was like, am I going to traumatize him? Is he not going to like horror after this? You know? So we did it. He came out and was so just the smile on his face, being scared. He's walking through the maze like this the whole time, and
He's got his hands up. He's ready.
yeah, he was ready to go. And then we started to just amp it up. We ended up doing 3 houses, and he's going with us next year to all of them. I'm feeling confident that he's got what it takes, and I'm very proud of him.
Well, that poses an interesting question. What was your first introduction to that? Because, I mean, for me, when I went, you were already kind of at least a seasoned veteran of somebody that had been through that before.
Yeah.
So I didn't go with my parents. Did you go with your parents?
My dad did the exact same thing I just did for my son.
There it is.
So my dad took me up to Halloween Horror Nights in LA in 1996 or 97. It was right around there. And we were going up there for something. I think I had a hockey tournament up there. And we just stopped and went. And he's like, you know what, Kevin, we're going to go do it. And then bought like the front of the line passes, like splurged. And we went and did it. And I never looked back. I love Halloween Horror Nights. I love the level of production, the set design. Like, it's so immersive and fun. Yeah. And if I lived down there, I'd get the pass for the whole month and just go every night. It's where I belong. It's where I would, if I didn't have to work, I would go volunteer to be one of those scare actors or work in one of those houses for a month.
For sure.
So yeah, I love it. It's amazing.
It is really cool. And in the vein of like, I want to pull Jake into the conversation at least a little bit. I mean, is there any like haunted walkthroughs or mazes or any of those types of experiences that you've enjoyed, or any top ones that you can recall?
Yeah, so I have not actually experienced any of the Universal Halloween Horror Nights, so it's definitely on the bucket list for sure. Because
I'm going with you, dude. When you go, you let me know
great things about it. But I am no stranger to haunted houses, specifically from helping operate them.
Oh, sick.
So an old friend of mine, I believe he still actually does it now. He basically kind of made it his career, but he actually was able to get rent out this old abandoned movie theater that we had in Brea, California. And he actually developed the very first Saw haunted house before the rights were actually snatched up. So we operated this thing. It was in an old abandoned movie theater that probably had about 4 theaters in it. We helped build it. We constructed it. I kind of just ran the line at the time as far as just letting people in, because we would space people out. We wouldn't like send everybody through at the exact same time. But we held that spot for, I think it was like 3 years. So it was Saw. It was just after Saw 4 had come out at that point in time. And it got a great reception. So the next year we then split it into 2 separate mazes. And we did one that was a Silent Hill theme, and then one that was called Fear, that it was an original concept from my buddy, where it was, again, you know, you'd go in and you have to make people do certain activities so that they can get to the next room. And it was really cool. It was cool to just go and set that up. And every weekend you'd go and just to see the crowds that were coming at that point in time. It was really fun. So I've always enjoyed those type of things. You know, Knott's Berry Farm is probably like the biggest thing that I've gone to.
That one's a good one too, from what I've seen.
It's just been a little bit inconsistent. Some years it has its good years, and others are like, okay, yeah. But to go to like the themed ones like you've gone to, like I really want to be immersed in that. It just sounds so awesome.
Yeah, you're getting a big old invite next year when we go. So hope you're ready.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Oh, so many good times. And if you guys ever have the opportunity to go, can't recommend it enough. Also recommend the Express Pass, because those lines,
no joke.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Those are some long lines. So definitely go and have fun. And it was just an absolute blast. But the other thing that happened very recently that was also an absolute blast was the premiere of Jester 2 in theaters across the nation. What an absolute joy to go to a theater and watch a movie that you worked on. And I got to sit next to the cinematographer, my best buddy, who shot this movie. And what an absolute treat to go see the Jester 2 in theaters. And I got to say, man, I know that you've been looking at them, but I've been looking at them too. The reviews have been pretty dang positive.
People are enjoying it.
And that's what you want. You know, you obviously nobody goes out there to make a movie that
I want everyone to hate this.
I want everyone to freaking hate this. I want them to regret the money that they spent. That's never the goal.
I want at least 4 paragraphs of how much you loathe this film.
Give it a half tomato on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, thank God. We got one. You want everybody to have a good time. And I think seeing the response has been wonderful. For those that did go to see it and stuck around post credits, got to see the making of and could see the heart and soul and the passion that went into making the movie. And I think that truly comes through when you watch the movie. It is just an absolute joy. And I can't, it's the first time that I got to hear my voice in a theatrical movie, which
How did that sound?
It's
scary.
a wild experience. Yeah, dude. I mean,
Yeah,
like Kevin,
dude, it literally, you're looking at the voice of the Jester.
Yeah.
So cool.
That's Adam right below us. So
which is, I mean, I'd never at the start of the year, because this was shot last year.
This time, literally, we started shooting this week last year.
Yeah. Never
Now
was it even discussed until post movie that, like, hey, do you want to be a part of this? Do you want to do the voice of the Jester?
I kept like my buddy calling the director. I was just like, I kept poking him. I'm like, hey, I got a buddy Adam who does really good voices. Hey, I got a buddy Adam who does really good voices. Hey, I got a buddy Adam who's got really good voices. It's like, fine, Kevin, geez, stop it. Let me talk to this guy. And he hit it out of the park, and it's cool. And he has another voice. He does DJ Jack, the radio host that comes in throughout the movie.
Yeah.
So it's fun, man. It's a good time.
It's a real absolute pleasure. And if you guys get a chance to see it, please do. Obviously now it's the theatrical run. It was just for 2 days, just a 2-day event, but
It'll be out on VOD in a couple weeks, I think, and you can start watching it there.
Yeah, so it's very huge thanks to Fathom for doing that and putting that out. That was just an absolute treat to see that. Some other stuff, some horror stuff that has been announced recently. We just saw Netflix was announcing the Ed Gein story, Monster, with Charlie Hunnam starring in the third season.
Is that how you say his name?
Hunnam?
Hunnam.
Charlie Hunnam.
Give a little bit of your Al Pacino.
When I was talking to Charlie Hunnam.
Charlie Hunnam.
Hunnam?
Yeah.
Oh, Hunnam. I always thought it was Hunnam, but well.
I like it.
Whatever. I don't know. I don't talk to Charlie often.
Yeah.
When I meet him, I'll ask him, how do you say your last name?
Can you pronounce
Hunnam,
this?
Hunnam.
We had a long argument about this on our podcast. Can you please tell us how you say your name?
Third season, Ryan Murphy's Monster anthology series. As I'm reading this, I'm going, wait a minute, third season, Monster. Wait,
yeah. So
there's two other. What? I've never heard of this.
No, it's amazing. I watched the first one. What was the first one was Dahmer, and it was unbelievably good. Horrifying, just really high production. It's the dude that did Nip Tuck and American Horror Story and all that.
Evan Peters.
And then the second one was the Menendez story.
Oh,
Menendez brothers. So this is like legit. The previous two were great, so the floor is high for this. And the fact that the Charlie Hunnam this is gonna be in it makes it even cooler, because when I saw the trailer and this came up and it like came up into my feed, I'm like, whoa, Charlie Hunnam is gonna play It's gonna play Ed Gein. And I was like, oh, sick, because I love this guy. He's a great actor.
I did not realize. So I certainly heard of the Dahmer and the Menendez story. I didn't realize that this was like
it's a series called
all
Monster,
connected together. That's crazy, actually.
I don't think they're actually connected, but it's like the stories within this like, genre of shit.
That's
true horror like stuff that's based on real life.
So what's interesting, I typed it into Google because now I'm intrigued by this, because I'm just now realizing that this is part of that anthology. So in the Ed Gein story, there's a character who is going to be played by Tom Hollander as Alfred Hitchcock.
What? Oh, so they're going to go all the way up to Psycho.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's go.
So I'm very intrigued by that. And
it motivated Texas Chainsaw Massacre too.
Yes, it did. Absolutely. So I'm very intrigued now to check this out. And I see that there is an untitled fourth season in the makes. And it looks like it's going to be Lizzie Borden is going to be the next season. Spoilers. So
keep them coming, dude. I need however many 8 episodes of these shows that you can give me. I just love sitting in here binging the shit out of these things. It's just so much fun. I'm
definitely checking it out now for sure. And then the other movie that got announced, and I'm very intrigued by this as well, Good Boy. Is a 2025 American supernatural horror film directed by Ben Leonberg in his feature directorial debut. Co-written by Leonberg and Alex Cannon, the film follows a haunted house from the perspective of a dog, specifically Leonberg's own dog, Indy, who stars as the titular role. The story centers on Todd, played by Shane Jensen, and his dog Indy, as supernatural forces threaten Todd, with Indy being the only one who senses the danger. Now, I did see the trailer for this, and it does look very intriguing because it is kind of in the same vein. I'm not going to say it's exactly the same, but it's kind of in the same vein of of a violent nature or in a violent nature.
I love the kind of approach people are like really thinking outside the box for these horror stories, because that's my first thought too, was in a violent nature, like literally POV from the killer the whole time. Like, how do you make that? Not only how do you make that interesting for 90 minutes? That's not easy.
Yeah.
So I'm always will give these new outside the box horror approaches a shot. So I definitely want to see it.
Yeah. I mean, in a violent nature seemed to be that, constant third person perspective,
and that should get boring as hell, but it was compelling.
It was very compelling. And this seems to be more just kind of focusing on the dog and like what is happening with the dog and everything like that. I'm very intrigued by it. It definitely looks very cool.
I hope there's an Oscar nom in this for the first time a dog's ever been nominated for a role.
It's just the immediate reactions from people watching that trailer are just like, if the dog goes.
Oh yeah, 100%. If the dog goes,
stakes are high, man.
It was the same thing about the cat in the trailer for A Quiet Place Day One. People were like, if the cat dies, like we riot.
Yeah,
we'll take
to the streets.
Yes. So it's like, it's the same type of thing. Like, you're already going into this with your tensions high. You're like, oh God, what the hell's going to happen to the dog? Like, he's just trying to protect his family.
He just loves his owner.
Don't do this.
I mean, that's an interesting topic of conversation too, because there is a site, I think, and I might have the wrong animal. It's either does the dog die in the movie or does the cat die in the movie.com.
It's an actual site.
It's an actual site because
No
people
idea
will
about
see, absolutely, because some people will see, oh, there's an animal in this movie. I don't want to see anything bad happen to it. Let me check on the website real quick. Does the cat die in the movie?
I find that psychological experiment so fascinating that people are so easily can handle dismissing people getting just butchered and murdered.
Mm-hmm.
But even an animal dying off screen is too much for people to handle. It's just a fascinating thought experiment.
It is. I mean, because I'm one of those people. Like, if I see a cat in a movie, I've got 2 cats. And if I see a cat in a movie, it's like, if I'm renting it, if I'm in the theater, there's no way out of it. If I'm in a theater, it's happening, whether I like it or not.
So Pet Cemetery was not for you then.
I gotta say, I have not seen Pet Cemetery.
Okay. You probably won't.
Yeah, I don't think I will. So,
Okay.
but it is interesting that they're doing this movie with the perspective of the dog, and yeah, the dog better freaking make it, man.
Or it's the ultimate sacrifice. He protects. That's how I would end it.
Well,
I know you'd hate my ending, but he saves the owner. Sacrifice, old Yeller style.
Yeah, old Yeller style. We'll see. Time will tell for Good Boy 2025 coming to a theater near you. But not coming to a theater near you is the Hefner family horror calendar. It's not coming to a theater. It's coming to your home. It's in your living room.
Now.
It's the calls coming from inside the house. That's right. This week we got to talk about the movies on the Hefner calendar that he is going to be watching, and we have been trying to watch along with as well. I'm trying to catch up. I mean, last week I finally sat down and watched the new Child's Play. I finally watched the remake to that, and didn't love it.
Okay, so you and Kevin are kind of in the same boat.
It's it got the tone of that movie
It's a lot.
I was like, this is where we're going. We're getting to the zany comedy. Like, what do we do with this present that's ahead of my mom's boyfriend? I'm going to give it to the neighbor. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, they went for a bunch of shit in that movie.
I love it. Awesome, though.
It is good.
Props to them for trying to make something different because, hey, man, that is the absolute thing when it comes to a remake. It's like, do you just do the exact same thing? Or do you got to do something different? And if you do something different, is it going to pay off? Is it something that is going to resonate with audiences? Yeah. So absolutely, hats off to them for doing something different while still trying to reboot the franchise and make it unique and different in its own way. Because, I mean, it was more about the AI as opposed to a serial killer possessing the body of a doll.
Doll design still sucks.
Yeah. Boy, the doll design was rough, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, who thought this was okay? What child wants this?
Yeah,
I did actually. I really did like when it came to the end, all of the different iterations, like especially what was
the
it,
blonde one,
the blonde one. Yeah. I thought that was
Buddy
okay.
Bear.
I was like,
yeah,
that's all right. I like that, but yeah, the rest of it was kind of. It wasn't my favorite.
Not your cup of tea. That's all right.
It just wasn't my cup of tea.
Yeah.
And I also rewatched House on Haunted Hill because I definitely wanted to rewatch that again. And
How did that feel to watch that after
that was
years and years?
Oh man, it had been so long, but I still actually really there's something about it that I really still appreciated, and I don't know if it's because of the performances from the actors, because as I mentioned on the previous episodes, if there's great actors in it and there's something about their performance that resonates with me, I really do enjoy it. Because that's what it was. It was really just like my attraction to seeing all these characters and going through it. It really kind of like triggered that memory for me of like, oh yeah, they do that, and oh yeah, there was that part too. Some of the effects were pretty cool. Some of them were really kind of janky.
Yeah.
I did appreciate the claymation opening. I thought that was cool. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Like
Super
this,
creepy for
really
opening
creepy.
title sequence.
Yeah. And there are some crazy the gore parts, like the Jeffrey Rush's like side guy when he like turns him around in the chair and his face is just completely like demolished. It's like, whoa, I was not expecting that, but yeah, it was fine for what it was. Like, I'm not gonna just be like, oh
Yeah.
best movie ever, but like
Right.
it was enjoyable. I enjoyed it. I had fun with it.
Last week I hadn't seen My Bloody Valentine. Watched that with my wife. So this has been fun because now my wife and I have something to do when the kids go to bed. We sit in my office. I got a projector. We watch stuff. So we knocked out 5-6 movies last week. It was
Hell yeah.
awesome
This guy's a
before
freaking
vacation.
marathon runner.
Oh, I love it. And I'm a completionist. So when I have
Yeah,
a list,
absolutely.
you give me a list, I'm going to check off the list.
Honeydew.
Yeah, exactly. This is my honeydew list. But yeah, My Bloody Valentine. We watched it. I hadn't seen it. My wife hadn't seen it. We watched it. It is an experience. It has moments. It's really
Yes.
fun. There's also moments where clearly this was like, and I did a little research on it. It was like the first movie, like one of the early ones shooting 3D in the new digital 3D.
Yep.
So this movie has this plastic patina over the whole thing because they shot it on these digital cameras when everything in this era was on 35. So everything had this like texture and this feeling, and it felt plasticky in a way. But there's a moment my wife and I still quote and we make fun of each other because there's a relationship between like the main girl and the cop who are like married, and then the guy that comes back into town, and there's this like love triangle, and the husband's bragging that he's with her, and he's like, I have sex with her and you don't. And it's like this whole scene. And now my wife and I are going back and we used to throw that at each other. It's so funny. It makes me laugh every time. There's
Good old Axel.
Terrible Axel. There's some terrible dialogue in this movie.
Yes.
But it's one of those like guilty pleasure where you sit down and it's like, it just starts. Like the movie just starts. And if you're not ready, you're going to get left behind because it starts and doesn't stop. And I don't know if I'm going to revisit a whole bunch, but it was definitely an experience, and I'm glad I had it. And there's some good gore. There's some good gore in there. There's some aggressive gore in it. But from last week, that was the one that really stood out for me. And I watched House again too, which was fun.
I get the text from Kevin while I'm in Hawaii talking about his revisit of Child's Play. He's like, okay, it still's not my favorite, but I don't hate it as much as I said I did. I soften
the edges on Child's Play. There's still things that are not great about it, but it's it's a worthy film. I'm glad they made it.
We're all in the agreement that Brad Dourif and the original
can't be beat.
Yes. So upcoming movies this week. So in order, we've got Dawn of the Dead, which I think Jake, you got the floor on that one for Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah. I personally have this as one of my top remakes of all time. I think what Zack Snyder came in and did with this to retell, Romero's classic as far as when that came out and just upping the ante from Night of the Living Dead, and what he did in terms of just not only the story itself, but obviously paying homage to the original Dawn of the Dead in so many ways. But the casting in this is fantastic, in my opinion, for who he brought in. And then the cool little anecdote, because so many people were battling about it over the summer, is that you have the Snyderverse director, and then the fact that the new DC Superman, it was written by James Gunn. So you literally had two directors of Superman that collaborated together for this movie.
I didn't even put that
James
together.
Gunn wrote this movie and wrote the script for this movie,
That
and
makes
Zack
sense.
Snyder directed it. So
That
it was
makes
just
sense.
yeah, it was back in like, you know, again, James Gunn prior MCU days, like way back when. But no, I love all the aesthetics of this. I think the way that the zombies move, how they look are great. I even love the fact that they left it off on a cliffhanger, the way that they shot it. It was so cool. And again, much like My Bloody Valentine, like it goes very, very fast. And all the homages that are paid to the original are so good. So I have nothing but great things to say about this. If you have not seen this remake, by all means, like make it one of your priorities to go out and do, because it's so enjoyable.
Let's watch this trailer.
Please.
Is it a virus?
We don't know.
How does it spread? Is it airborne?
Airborne is a possibility. We don't know.
Is this an international health hazard or a military concern?
Both.
If you live in Racine County, there is no information available at this time. Please stay inside and lock all doors.
Are these people alive or dead?
Hold them down!
We don't know.
What are they?
I don't know. Why are they coming here?
Memory, maybe. Instinct. Maybe they're coming for us.
Yeah, this movie rules.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah.
So good.
So
Yeah.
freaking good.
That whole opening title sequence, not only do you roll it with Johnny Cash, Man Comes
I
Around,
was
but
just thinking of that.
oh, it's
There's
all
a man
those
going
yes,
around taking
all
names.
those cut scenes together, and then how he films the credit. Apparently, that was done actually, like with real blood. That he would then blast it with air that would spread out.
Sweet.
Everything.
Love
Oh,
that.
dude, it's just start to finish. This movie's great.
Yeah. I love how they expanded on everything from the original. Like this is like the perfect remake, like you said, where it pays such perfect homage to the first one, but then it takes things and amps them up, like the vehicles that they're escaping in, and like building that out, and then like the guy that owns the gun store across the way, and that relationship, like the things they added made it better. They didn't like take any, they weren't like silly things. So I really love this movie, and the dad from Modern Family's in this, and he's absolutely hilarious. Ty
Burrell.
Yeah,
Ty Burrell,
he's
baby.
so good in this movie. Yeah, I love this movie.
Yeah. I mean, what else can you say? It just is. It was one of those movies that when you went to go see it in the theater and you walked out, you were just like, that was amazing. That was so much fun. Like that was what you wanted in a remake, and they killed it. They absolutely killed it. So great one to start off with if you happen to be following along with the Hefner movies for this week. And then 13 Ghosts is next on the list.
I watched this one.
Yeah? What'd you think?
Let's start with you. I've already seen it before.
Well,
Jake, what do you think? 'Cause you said this is the first time you've seen this.
Oh
movie.
Yeah. So this was a first watch for me, and it's funny because I remember your comments in the previous episode talking about Matthew Lillard just in his acting performance, and it seems like his whole character in terms of how he portrays it. He's got one in the beginning, one in the middle, and then one at the end that you like really gravitate towards, and you're like, yeah, like that's the guy I'm looking for in this movie for sure.
Yeah.
But no, one of the questions I was looking forward to asking you about this, because when I read up on what people talked about with this movie, is that they found it so hard to watch with all of the flashing, changing of the ghost. And I could see that. I was just like, God, anybody who has, gets migraines easily, I could see definitely would feel the effects from this movie with all of those flashing imagery going on. I wanted to pick your brain on that, just in terms of, did you feel the same? Would you have done it differently?
Yeah,
or what?
it's just the music video. I did not like it at all. The style doesn't make any sense. Like, there's random moments of slow motion where like people are falling on beds. There's just like the director didn't really have a grasp on the style of his movie. And he was like, the problem is, which I don't know why they designed this movie like this, but the whole thing's made out of glass.
Right.
So there's no scary corner. There's nothing dark. You're seeing everything. So the only way they can make it scary is just like these random flashes or like undercranked film or, starting and stopping the camera. I don't know. I'm with you. Very distracting, not scary because they do it so much. If you use it once or twice, those are moments that can work. But when you're just punching you in the face with that style, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I get that.
It is one that I need to revisit because I do remember watching it, and I think I might be looking at it in the past through rose-colored glasses because of Matthew Lillard, who is such an entertaining person to watch.
Definitely.
And just the general concept of it as well. It's like, okay, there's 13 different ghosts, and they're all people who were like killed in some unique and fun way, and they all got nicknames and stuff like that. As a kid, you're attracted to stuff like that, like, ooh, that's that guy, and that's that person, and that's ooh, and it's like there's something very attracting to the idea of like, because they all had names, like they all had
Juggernaut.
like stuff like that, which was just like, okay, cool. Like it was almost kind of like it had a similar feel of like an X-Men type thing where it's like, okay, that's that character who has this power or this kind of look and style to it, and you can pick the one that you felt like you most resonated with you, I guess.
You remember it very differently than
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm looking back at it through rose-colored glasses of a kid that watched it.
You remember about 8 minutes of that movie. Because those are such a small part of the Tony Shalhoub storyline, and this family, and this uncle, and this machine, and this convoluted story, where it's just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is so messy and so confusing, and the monsters are the coolest part, but when you see them, then they start shooting them in slow motion, and they're like stuck on the other side of a glass wall looking at them because they have to put these goofy ass glasses to see them on. Like, everything about it, they're cool moments. The story, the idea is cool. The execution could not have been worse. And the only reason why this movie I enjoy it is Matthew Lillard, because he gets what movie he's in. And he is going for it, and he's entertaining, and he's fun. Everyone else in this movie doesn't know the tone of their movie they're in. And it's serious, it's brooding, it's dark, something to say. Matthew Lillard's just having a great time, and he's losing his fucking mind the whole time. And it's just crazy, and he just knows this is bullshit, this is insane, and we're having a good time. And that's why it's good, but he's not in it enough. And that's the problem with the movie. But, there's some cool beats. Not going to say I'm going to revisit it again anytime soon, but it's definitely a product of its MTV time.
Definitely.
With the style.
Well, I will certainly give it a watch, and I promise.
I'm fascinated to hear what you think about it.
I won't have my glasses on this time.
No, don't wear any glasses. Just watch it, and please, you have to report back next episode.
I will.
What you think of this freaking movie. Okay.
The cool thing that and I'm not sure if anybody had seen it, but I try to find fun facts about each one when we watch this and post it up on the Twitter account. But that for this movie, the glass house that they go into was constructed indoors at the Bridge Studios lot in Vancouver. And the house involved more than 3 miles of etched glass, all which had to be made by hand.
Oh my
and it
God.
took almost 5 tons of steel to complete.
And it feels so claustrophobic and unimpressive.
Right.
It's fascinating.
It's like, really?
Yeah, they blew their
that much?
entire budget on that, and they didn't even shoot it well.
That's right.
Man.
Sorry, that was a little
That is
negative Nancy
No,
on this one, but
I'm very fascinated to watch it again now as well after hearing the recency bias on it.
Yeah. You'll probably love it now because we lowered that bar, baby. We brought it real low, and now you barely have to skip to enjoy it. You know what I mean? You're not jumping up to touch anything. You're just like there. You're fine.
Anytime I get to spend with Matthew Lillard, I don't care if it's Scooby-Doo, I don't care if it's Scream, I don't care if it's
And did you hear the rumor? He's in Scream 7. It's announced. So I didn't watch the last Scream movie because I was kind of over it, but I'm definitely going to this one.
I don't know.
Wait,
it's more. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but I gotta see. I want to see what he's gonna.
My mom's gonna be so mad at me.
Peer pressure.
I'm far too sensitive.
Dude.
He's amazing.
So
Love him.
All right, let's move it on. Invisible Man is next on the list. Now, someone just also watched this recently, and
first time listener, what is it? First time caller, long time listener. I'd never seen
Yeah,
this movie.
baby.
I'd never seen this movie. Wasn't on my radar. I dismissed it when it came out. Sat down, watched it with my wife. I loved this movie so much on so many levels. It is such a perfect horror movie because what's horrific about it is that this happens. This isn't like the concept of the Invisible Man doesn't happen, but why he's invisible and why it's happening to this girl and people not believing her, all of it is so flushed out in such a smart way that it makes it terrifying.
Yeah,
it makes it truly scary. And the reveal, the end, everything about it, I can't tell you how much I love this movie. Like I really, it hit me in a way where, you know, when you see a movie that you should have seen in theaters and you sit back and you're like mad at yourself for not seeing it and experiencing it on a big screen. I had this moment of just depression when I finished it, where I was like, I love that so much. I let myself down by not going to see it in theaters.
I loved it so much I'm sad.
I'm so mad and love that mad. So let's watch the trailer because this movie freaking rules.
As the attorney representing Adrian's trust, I'm required to read a prepared statement. Cecilia, although our relationship was far from perfect, I thought that you would talk to me rather than run away.
Are you okay? What happened to him?
He cut his wrist. Per his final wishes, you're getting $5 million. Contingent, of course, on the fine print. He can't be ruled to be mentally incompetent.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Man, back when Blumhouse used to make good
Adrian
movies.
wouldn't kill himself.
Right? Yeah, they've just been slipping a little
Your
lately.
freedom back, okay? Don't let him haunt you.
Hello? I'm scared.
You don't have to be scared of him anymore.
He was a sociopath, completely in control of everything. He said that wherever I went, he would find me, walk right up to me, and I wouldn't be able to see him.
Are you okay?
Someone sitting in that chair.
So good, dude. This movie rules.
I can prove what I'm experiencing. You need help. Adrian is dead. I went to his house today. He's not dead.
I have a pile of ashes in the box that would disagree with you.
He has figured out a way to be invisible.
Only thing more brilliant than inventing something that makes you invisible is coming up with the perfect way to torture you, even in death. Adrian's true genius was how he got in people's heads.
Don't come any closer. Hey!
I'm not crazy. Please listen to me.
You're saying the person trying to kill you is in the room right now, but we can't see him?
He's listening. Where are you? Where are you? Show yourself! Come on! Do it! There you are.
I just it blew me away. Lee Winnell, he was part of the Saw movies. Has done a lot of great stuff. Such a talented dude. And he did the new Wolfman remake, which I also haven't seen, and I am very excited for. Just amazing. Have you seen this, Wooly?
Oh yes.
Okay.
This was a movie that I saw, and I don't know that I will ever watch it again, because it is one of those few movies that when I watch it, it made me so uncomfortable to experience. It's it's funny because like there are movies out there that are so uncomfortable to experience because it's like the gore is too much, or it's like or there's something about it. This one was like it's really tough for me to watch a movie. And this is a compliment to the movie, by the way. This is not like, oh, this movie sucks or it's bad. It's a great movie. It's tough for me to watch a movie where there is a person who is like, who nobody believes.
Yeah.
And you as the audience are watching it going like, there has to be something that she can do to show these people that this is happening. And there isn't. And it's such a feeling of helplessness, which is hats off to the director for doing that, like that, or the writer, everybody involved in this, to invoke that feeling as an audience member, to be rooting for the person so bad, like, somebody please just believe this poor woman.
Yeah.
And it's such a hard feeling emotionally for me to watch. And that's how much it resonated with me. It was like, it really struck a chord with me when I watched it, that it was just so uncomfortable. I mean, when I'm watching, and again, I'm one of those people that didn't watch it in the theater, but when I'm watching it, it's just like, I'm just like in my seat going like, oh God, like, where is he? Like, he could, which is so awesome. Like when The Invisible Man came out, like in the original, like 30s movies, like it was more just like, he's invisible. See, man, like it was just
he was a good guy too.
And it was like, it was fun. It was goofy. It was a good time. They found a way to take, and even like the Kevin Bacon one too was also like, which is great. I mean, it's
Paul Verhoeven.
Yeah, that one's more just kind of like a fun bad guy, but it never felt like, oh God, like where is he? This was like, Jesus, like it's such a grounded,
it's rooted
movie. Yeah, it's so rooted in reality, even though like the premise is like nobody can be invisible, like, but it's everything else about it is so rooted in reality, and the performances are fantastic. Like the writing is top notch. It is just such an uncomfortable movie. Like I don't want to watch it again because it really just struck that much of a chord with me.
I can't wait to watch it again.
To me, this is Lee Winnell's masterpiece of everything that he has done or contributed to. And some of the stuff that he's like really taken the lead on, like Upgrade from 2018.
Loved Upgrade.
Awesome.
Holy
movie.
shit, is that a cool
It's
movie?
An awesome movie. I still think that this one takes the cake. And Kev, like you, I still haven't seen his remake of Wolfman yet, so I need to go out and see that. But it's Adam, as you were talking about, just the way that it's written. And Elizabeth Moss, again, just does such a great job. My wife and I always joke that when she's in her isolated scenes and they're doing those close-ups on her, we always say, it's like, they're doing the Handmaid's Tale thing where they literally just focus on her best feature, which is her eyes or her stares that she gives. Because she gives that empty look of what is going on so well. And then to bring it more modern time, to say like, oh, okay, it's more sci-fi. Yeah, it's technology. This dude's a leading researcher in the field of optics and develops this suit. And it's so awesome and terrifying at the same time.
And it's such I love it too, because it's such a throwaway. They don't set up what he does. She just sees his office space and the mystery of how it's invisible isn't revealed till later, and it's not really explained.
Right.
I love that
you
about
just
this
go
because
with
it's
it, yeah.
it's about the story, it's about the relationship. That's what makes it scary. I think a lot of horror movies miss that if the relationship's not compelling and you don't like the characters, it doesn't matter what's happening. And this movie, you immediately care for this lady, and you're hoping she can pull it out and figure out how to get people to believe her.
Yeah.
And it's please go see it. Just do it.
Yeah, it's absolutely worth a first time watch, and it is, and for some a second watch and more. But
third watch, probably 4.
Sure. I mean,
except for Adam.
It's it's one of those ones. It's just too uncomfortable for me. It's so like,
I'm gonna make you uncomfortable with how much I talk about it when we hang out. So just get ready for that.
We can talk about it.
You're just gonna be uncomfortable, baby.
I need HR.
We don't have one.
Oh shit. Then next on the list, Hellraiser. I believe 2022 was when this movie came out.
Yeah.
I think I saw it once.
We saw it together. I think we
did. Yes. Yeah. And it was. Did you watch it recently here, Jake?
Yeah. So this was actually the second watch that we had done of it. We first had it on the remake calendar last year, and I'm always going to prefer Clive Barker's version of this way over the remake, of course. But I will say there are aspects of this new one that I did really enjoy. One, for the standpoint that there is a hell of a lot more Pinhead in the remake than there was in the original. And I do find the concept of the group of people that are coming around and, essentially getting terrorized by Pinhead this time around and the reasons for it interesting. But you go back to that just original juice of the S&M and why it's there, and really diving into the lore as you get further into that franchise. It's so good. And I think that was one of the things that maybe this remake didn't do enough of. While it had more Pinhead in it, it didn't really take you enough into that world. It gave you a nice, interesting introduction to it, and it got going, and so you're like, okay. But I think the way that it finished up, I didn't feel like it wrapped up well enough for me. But I still was actually surprised by it.
And it's hard to match the energy of Clive Barker's, for lack of a better word, the kink he has for some of this stuff, and like just the ability to just show everything. Right. And the original is just so, they don't hold anything back in that. And it's hard to match that now. So they definitely didn't let it all hang out as much as Clive Barker did in the original. But it's pretty some rough stuff in this movie.
Yeah,
totally.
No, I mean, I think it's like you said. I think Clive Barker his version is the best, or it's hard to not love that one more. As we go through these, it's just like they either knocked it out of the park, totally whiffed, or like. You're there, like
right there.
We see where you're coming from, but like you didn't. You hit the target, but not the bullseye kind of thing.
If this had Matthew Lillard in it,
completely different story. Yeah,
I just don't.
Matthew Lillard in it.
He should just be the remake guy. Just put him in every remake, and it's gonna work.
Yeah, my memory of it is a bit sparse. So I don't want to give too hard of a critique on it, but it was not one that I was like, oh man, I can't wait to watch that again. But I do remember like the visuals, like the Cenobites and stuff like that. It was like, okay, yeah, no, like they clearly did that well.
Yeah, like the cinematography in this is solid.
Yeah, it looked great. So I mean, definitely worth at least a one-time watch. Next on the list is a movie that I have not seen, so I cannot give a full opinion on it yet. Is The Grudge. So I will shut up.
Go ahead, Jake. I haven't watched this in a hot minute, so please take the lead.
I mean, it's back in that early 2000s where you're like, okay, everybody just started remaking everything at this point in time. But the cool thing about it is the original director of the Ju-on, or the Ju-on, or the Japanese version of The Grudge, came to direct this movie for the U.S. and modernize it. And honestly, we just watched this again for this has obviously become a staple in terms of the remakes that we watch. And depending on what you think of like the cast or comparing it to the original, first of all, it's very fast, so it goes.
Quick.
And dude, there are legitimate, great scary moments throughout this movie, and how they do it and how they shoot it. And you're just like, oh God, like take me back to when, this and The Ring were like the hottest thing that was out there in terms of finding different ways to scaring people. So I always enjoyed this one. And I think I always I don't think I appreciated it enough when it first came out. And now since we've been doing this calendar over and over, I've grown to have a much better appreciation of it.
Yeah. I think it's I think of all the Sarah Michelle Gellar horror movies, this is like the classiest one.
Yes.
So I definitely need to. I'm looking forward to watching this this upcoming week because my wife hates this movie because it's the little kid that's like, like that creepy kid really bothers my wife. So this should be a really fun week.
And Adam, there is a cat in this movie.
It's a little man. Yeah.
Buyer beware.
Yeah.
So the cat
eats
it in this one.
I'm not going to say it.
You son of a bitch.
I'm just telling you.
I have to go check out your website.
Yeah, does the cat die in the film.com? Help me.
Yeah.
All right. It's funny as we're going through this, I'm making a little post-it note like, okay, 13 Ghosts, need to revisit that. The Grudge, need to watch that.
Yeah.
Next on the list, Nightmare on Elm Street, the remake with Jackie Earle Haley.
I'm interested to hear what you guys think about this one.
Well, let's play the trailer first before we get too deep into it. Oh, good. All audiences. Yay.
Hello?
Hello? Kind of giving me Johnny Utah energy.
Yeah.
If you keep falling asleep, they're gonna kick you out of here.
Sorry. I had another nightmare last night. I can't tell what's real anymore. Is there anybody else out there that this is happening to?
Every time that I dream, there's always this man.
That's his mark, isn't it? Freddy.
Oh my God, you've seen him too. Who are you?
Remember me?
It's me, it's you, it's Dean, it's Jesse, Chris. He's in all of our heads, Nancy. We gotta stop this.
How?
Don't fall asleep.
I haven't slept in 3 days.
We're running out of time. At the 70-hour mark, the insomniac will begin to experience micronaps. It means you're dreaming, but you don't know it. Even if you're awake.
Oh, God. No. Just me. Screaming. I haven't even got you yet.
I'm gonna give you a little something that'll put you right to sleep. No. This might sting a bit.
All right, this movie. So here's what I find fascinating about this movie, because this is coming out at a time when Texas Chainsaw is getting remade.
It's the Michael Bay Platinum Dunes. Michael Bay did all three of those.
Yeah. So you take it comes down to like, okay, Nightmare on Elm Street. You've got the main character, Freddy freaking Krueger, who Robert Englund ain't gonna be it. Like Texas Chainsaw, Jason, you can put any big beefy guy in a mask, go to town, have fun with it. Like it's not required on a personality or a performance.
Do you want to? Sorry, quick little side note. Do you know who played Leatherface in the Michael Bay version? It's Lattimore from The Program. I don't know if you remember that. The guy
oh, yeah, Lattimore,
glass, smashes his head into the glass.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sidebar. My apologies. Just remember that.
Fun fact.
Keep going. Fun fact.
He's doing his pop-up videos version of what's going on here.
You're welcome. I'll be here.
Pop-up videos.
Random
Holy
stupid
shit.
knowledge.
Was that VH1?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Pop-up videos.
What that just that threw me so far off track. I might have to take another train to get back to where I was going. So the main guy, Freddy Krueger, becomes like, okay, well, who is going to play him? In a world of remakes, those are the biggest freaking shoes to fill when it comes to finding somebody to be the next guy. And it's like, what do? It's that remake question. Do you swing for the fences and do something completely different, or do you go totally ham? Because that's the thing, like Freddy Krueger, he's scary, he's funny, there's something kind of utterly charming about him. Like, what direction do you take with that? And who do you get to do that? And so Jackie Earle Haley, I mean, he's coming off of Watchmen at that point, which, he gives a great performance in the Watchmen. And so it's like, all right, it's up to you, buddy, to come in and try to do something with this. And I mean, to his credit, I think, he, as an actor, he at least made a choice and went with it. So, I mean, I don't discredit Jackie Earle Haley and what he tried to do with that. But man, from my understanding, this was a movie that had like 4 different scripts. The guy who ends up eventually getting the credit is like, nothing I wrote is in this movie. And so I think this was a problem of the studio getting involved, saying like, it's not enough like the original. So you get shots like the hand coming up in the bathtub, which is like, it's practically the exact same shot you get in Nightmare on Elm Street, the original. There's so many elements of that. It's like, okay, well, what do you want to do? Tell me what you want. Like, do you want to remake the original, or do you want to try to do something different? And it doesn't know what way it wants to go. And from my understanding, Rooney Mara, this was like one of her first movies, and she was just like, I don't want to do acting again if this is how movies are going to be made. And so it was monetarily successful, but the backlash, man, from the fans and everybody else were just like, what are you doing? Like, it was just so bad that they were talking about sequels, and it was just like, I don't want to do, we can't do this. Like, are you kidding me? So, I mean, that's what's fascinating about these remakes is like, you can see that there's like somebody wants to do something great with it, but if there's too many cooks in the kitchen, it just turns into a mess, man.
And that's the problem with remakes, man. You get a lot of producers, a lot of people pay big money for the intellectual property. Platinum Dunes is a big production company. It's Michael Bay's like horror label. You pay a lot of money. And when you pay a lot of money, you have a lot of cooks, and you have a lot of cooks that aren't allowing you to do something brand new. And that's just the reality, because they need to get their money back. We need the shot in the trailer of the hand coming up out of the bathtub.
How will they know it's Nightmare on Elm Street if they don't see the hand coming up in the bathtub?
But it's also fascinating, something you said earlier. The problem is, the first Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy isn't funny. Freddy is terrifying. Right. Freddy is exactly what Jackie Earle Haley did. I did not have a problem with his performance whatsoever. There were a lot of this movie that I liked. It just kind of fell flat in certain areas. Mm-hmm. So I enjoyed that aspect of it. The dark, they really, in the original, the darker, what he does to the kids is just kind of glazed over and mentioned in passing. Right. They really locked in and made it extra in this, which made it even harder to get behind and enjoy. Like, a lot of people, they remember Freddy from the last time you saw him was Freddy vs. Jason. That was the last horror movie Freddy was in, and he's fun. He's fun. He's the
fun, good time guy.
He's the bad. He's doing crazy shit. He's just, it's like, here it's like, whoa. We went like Gasper No level dark on this shit, and I enjoyed it. I love the cinematography.
Yeah, it looks great.
Samuel Bayer, the director, more of a music video guy. That's kind of what this era was of these movies.
Yeah,
he did that
totally.
Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit video. So he's been in a music video forever. That's why visually the colors, the textures, all that stuff is so great in this movie. It's just, like you said, the 4 scripts that you just can't make a good movie if you don't have a great script.
Right.
It's just impossible. You can will it. He did admirable. If that script was shit, he did admirable making this fun to watch.
Right.
So I have a small little place in my heart for this, just because there's definitely certain set pieces and scenes I liked, but as a whole, it doesn't fully work.
No, I agree. And this is actually one of my wife's favorite remakes to watch. Now, admittedly,
Sweet.
she did not grow up with the OG Nightmare on Elm Streets,
Yeah.
this is the only one that she's really had extended exposure to, maybe outside of rewatching the original. I told her, I said, you at least have to just watch where all this came from. But she loves just the whole premise of the movie, and falling asleep and having someone haunt your nightmares is something that we always have. And to both of your points, Jackie Earle Haley is the least problem of this movie. I thought he did a great job. Yes, nobody's ever going to overtake Robert, whether it's Jackie Earle Haley or anybody else, whenever they come around to possibly adding another film to this franchise ever again. But I kind of like to what Adam was saying. It's like, there was like too many just like familiar shots, which, yes, the bathroom, or even if the iconic bedroom scene, I felt that they did it and then it was too quick. And maybe that was from the standpoint that, we didn't want it to be necessarily a carbon copy with her rolling up the room really slowly and just, having this whole extended sequence played out. But there were a lot of sequences that I liked that would just, cut back and forth in between very, very fast, going from the real world to the dream world sequences. I thought it was done very seamlessly and it looked great. But yeah, again, it's just, you kind of feel like, it's like, okay, yeah, that we're going there. Oh, okay. Now we're back here. It's like, and then we're back up here. Okay. Now we're back.
It really, I mean, you watch the trailer and you go like, okay, yeah, that could be something really fun. Like the introduction of micro naps. Like, oh, okay. Yeah, that could be fun and cool, but it's
I
like,
could use a micro nap.
Yeah, I'm a micro napper.
When that guy said that he hadn't slept for 3 days, I was ready to just ask you, like, Kevin, you haven't slept in 3 days.
Well, seeing shit.
Well, speaking of fun facts, that actor at the beginning that is in that diner room scene,
Kellen Lutz,
he did not sleep. He was like, I'm going to go method on this. And he
looks like shit.
And he looks like shit. He looks terrible because he has not slept. And so he gives a great performance. And it's like, I think everybody that wanted to make the movie, all the department heads and the actors and everything like that, I think everybody was on board for it. But I think there was just, like I said, too many cooks in the kitchen, and it just ended up not being what it was. I mean, like, because there was some interesting ideas. I remember hearing that, like, one of the ideas that was being tossed around was like, what if Freddy Krueger actually didn't do those things to those kids? And it was like, it was a misunderstanding. And so, like, what does that do to the story? And it's like, okay, yeah, that's cool. That's interesting. Like, that's not something I considered. But
it went
it's
the
like,
other direction.
It just went totally the other direction. They took the early off ramp and like, whatever. It is what it is at this point. But there are some honorable things to watch with this movie if you ever do want to sit down and give it a spin.
Yeah, cinematography is amazing. Highly recommend the cinematography.
And again, Jackie Earle Haley, man, like he takes a road with it, and he makes choices that are fun and interesting, and the ending shot is also really damn cool too. The way that it finishes is pretty dang fun.
Yeah.
Last but not least, Nosferatu on the list for the calendar. The most recent
egg
one.
dog.
Eggers. Egging all over the place with
the
Nosferatu.
Did you guys get around to this one?
Oh, I saw it in theaters.
We saw it together, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
This was literally, we just watched it 2 days ago.
Sweet.
For the first time.
Well, let's talk to the guy who just recently saw it.
Yeah.
Eggers is, first of all, it's just, he's now become like the period piece director of our time with what he does in The Witch or The Lighthouse or Northman. He is able to capture that world so well, and he does it again in Nosferatu. The cast in this is absolutely phenomenal. Lily Rose Depp goes for it. Holy shit, does she give a hell of a performance. But, and it is really difficult to compare this to one of the first silent horror movies ever made, obviously. But there were times where I felt like what was actually going on in the movie wasn't explained as well as it could be. And then I obviously really enjoyed Count Orlok's character, and definitely some imagery there that's gonna stay in my brain for a while. So yeah, this was an interesting first watch. But again, just in terms of like if you're going for just the pure art of watching a movie, it's just like God. Anytime you hear Robert Eggers' name, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna enjoy myself.
Well, he's very much more of an art house filmmaker. Like it's fascinating because he's getting these bigger budgets, but he's still making these kind of I don't want to say chamber piece, but it's just kind of like these like camera doesn't move, you just taking it in, and the pacing is what it is. It is slow, it's methodical. You're just going to live in this world. I think it didn't always work for me in this one. I think I loved what's his name? Holy shit, what's his name?
Nicholas
who played Bill Skarsgård, also plays our vampire in this one. Yes. He was amazing, and some of the stuff he was doing was he's like the perfect monster actor to do this stuff. He just totally inhabits it. I was so on the fence when it was over. That was kind of the hard thing for me. The tone's amazing. A lot of that stuff is amazing. But at a certain point, tone, you need a little bit more than just the tone. I wanted it so bad to be so freaking perfect. And there was great moments. And visually, it's stunning. But it's just it just lumbered a little too much for me.
I'm with you there.
Yeah, when it was announced and you saw the cast, all of these people that were going to be involved, for me, I was just like, okay, we're bringing out the big guns here for this one. We got Willem Dafoe and Nicholas Hoult and Skarsgård and Lily Rose Depp and right, let's fucking go. Yeah. And it's very pacey, and it at least keeps your interest.
Oh, definitely.
Throughout the entirety of it.
Like, you're not thinking about other stuff. You're locked in. It's just
when you say that, because that's the thing. Like when some movies, like when you say like, oh, it's a slow paced movie, some people are just like, all right, well, my mind's going to wander off to somewhere else. But this is like, no, it keeps you engaged.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't, like you said, it just doesn't have like the full payoff of a movie that you want from something like this, as far as like the experience and where the story goes. But the performances are fantastic. The makeup's great. The look of it's great. Like it has enough that you can at least enjoy the experience for what it is, for the amount of time. It is a long sit though too, isn't it? It's like it's a long
2 hours 15. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's a weird movie. I have this time sometimes with these movies where the art aspect of it, when you're done with it, you kind of look at your friend, you're like, what'd you think? Like in your mind, you think you're supposed to love it, but maybe you're not smart enough to understand it. So you're like, what did you think? Did you love it? Did you like it?
I don't want to be the first to give it.
I don't want to show you that I'm not good at watching movies.
Right.
But what did you think? Because I don't understand everything. Like that's what, when this movie ends, that's the kind of vibe you get. Yeah. Like you're not fully walking out.
Well, and I think that's an Eggers trope at this point.
Totally.
Like Eggers
100%
is going
less is less with Eggers.
Less
maybe start doing a little bit more.
Yeah, hey,
maybe a little bit more.
Just a pinch more, Eggers. That's all we're asking for. Just you can give us a little more, and we'll really feel a lot better when we walk out of these movies.
Kevin, you actually touched on something there. Just talking about, obviously, I knew Bill Skarsgård was Count Orlok, and obviously him coming off of his tremendous performance in it. But I was staring at Count Orlok the whole damn time, and I'm like, who in the production team thought it was great to give this dude a stash?
Oh, dude,
the stash and the comb over.
But then I thought but until you just said it, I'm like, maybe if you didn't do that, then maybe just his whole look, because he has kind of a recognizable face now, maybe you just thought, okay, I'm going to be brought back to what he looked like a little bit as, Pennywise. But at the same time, he's got some of the best facial hair of anybody else in the movie.
Yeah.
I remember not loving the facial hair and being more of like, I'm thinking about it. If I'm thinking about it, maybe this works for other people. It's not for me. It's too distracting.
Right.
So I don't know. I did enjoy it, but at the end, it's just kind of like,
that's it.
Yeah, it's a long walk for how it finishes.
Right.
Agreed.
It's a long walk for a McDonald's value meal, basically. And I think that's it. Like, we talk about the facial hair. It's like when you think of Nosferatu, there's an image in your head. Like you have a perception of what it should be. And when it comes to a remake, what do? Do you do something that is going to be completely different, or do you go for the exact same thing? And so hats off to them for making a choice and being like, mustache and comb over, go. But it is distracting. It is. You're watching it going like, is that really what they're going to do? Is there going to be a scene where Nosferatu shaves his mustache? Like, it's like, is that going to happen? But still.
Well, if
watch.
You liked it, he's doing Werewolf is coming next. So I think he's hitting all the Universal monster movies in his own style. So, and it's Werewolf as in WERWULF is how it's spelled.
Of course, he's got to spell it.
So weird. I'm not saying it's pretentious. I'm just saying it's gonna be different.
Werewolf.
Werewolf.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, there you go. That is all for the movies for the week on the Hefner calendar, horror calendar, and we will catch you guys. Some real good ones, man. And I think we'll do this again. We're doing this again next week, right?
Yeah.
Is that the plan? All right, let's do it
is.
again next week, folks. We'll catch you guys on the next Playbook of Horrors. Thank you for hanging around. If you're enjoying this, please put down a comment, give a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. We really appreciate those of you that have been commenting and letting us know about some of your favorite horror movies. And we'll talk about them, man, for sure. This is we're still kind of flying by the seat of our pants as far as like
Episode 2, baby.
what this is going to be. Yeah. But I'm having a blast here talking with you guys about these movies, and we'll do it again next week. But we'll catch you guys on the next one, and don't forget, boo.